to the Key Witness Media Podcast with Kurt Maggs. Kurt Maggs Radio.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Kurt Maggs Radio Show, also representing the Key Witness Media Podcast. How's everybody in the building doing today? Yes, I'm back doing another show. Yeah. Just want to do a quick show right quick. Just want to report a victory in a situation that was going on in my son's school. Some of you may know that my son have autism, and I've been left to deal with him for a while by myself. And the situation is that he's been going to a new school the past 3 weeks. Some people believe that I shouldn't have let him attend this school because they don't think that they have all the resources in order to take care of him and his condition. I beg to differ. I believe you give everybody an opportunity to try different things and challenges. If they couldn't do it, they should just flat out say, hey, we can't live up to the IEP, and you may need to send your son somewhere else. But we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next subject here. I decided to let him go to this school. And on this week, I go to the bus stop with him, pick him up and drop him off. And yesterday, the bus driver lets me know that there are some kids on the bus that's been bullying him. And they were also hitting him and punching him in the face and in the stomach. And it was 2 boys from the school. So I just told the bus driver, thank you. And at that point, while she's telling me about what was going on, my son had never said anything about what was going on. He never let me know at any point that he was being bullied, he was being hit, being punched, and just talked about. Which I told him, through life, you're going to be talked about. You're going to be laughed at. Some people are going to find some things funny. And he has a peanut-shaped head. And you just have to deal with that peanut-shaped head. That's part of you. There's other people who got shaped heads that they may not be proud of. But you live another day. So as I'm telling him to make sure that just learn how to just shake it off, ignore it. Sometimes he struggles with doing that. So I guess the last couple of days, these guys decided on the bus to ridicule him. And don't get me wrong, sometimes my son can talk, and a lot of times he'll talk himself in trouble. For some reason, he likes to ramble and say things and really doesn't understand that they could be offensive to others. That's something that we have to work on. So, as the bus driver proceeded to tell me, I'm steamed. 1, because he didn't tell me. And 2, these boys know that there is something different about him. So I go take my son home and I question him on I say, hey, what was going on and what happened, this and that, and this and that. And he proceeded to tell me 6 different stories. I was very confused on what to say, what to do, how to handle that situation. I definitely appreciated the bus driver speaking up and saying something. And she also did report it to the principal's office. Now, if I go by what I was told in the past, there was nothing going to happen. They'll probably say, hey, don't do that, and everything will be fine and dandy. So what I proceeded to do gather as much information that I can from him. And he gave me enough bits and pieces for me to be able to put it all together. So basically, these guys kind of roughhouse everybody on the bus, and he decides to speak up and say, hey, stop. So they proceed to roughhouse and beat up on him, which I told him sometimes you need to leave things alone and let an adult handle those situations. Well, I sent a note to the teacher to let him know that we have 2 names of the people that are bullying him. The bus driver had already turned in the names of the kids that were bullying my son on the bus. I decided to write the principal an email just to address the bullying and the situation and what was the proper protocol and how they handle things when it comes to bullying and fighting and things like that. I didn't get a response from her yet. You know, sometimes people they may only check their email once. She's dealing with 400 or 500, 600 kids and staff and teachers and has to be able to facilitate all of these things. And I wasn't expecting to get an email sent back to me right away. I was going to give her a matter of time just to find out what was going to go on. So to make a long story short, my son comes home today and he tells me that the kids were kicked off the bus for the next 4 days. That was a real fast reaction. And I want to acknowledge everyone involved and had something to do in making sure that my son is safe and I don't have to worry about him being picked on and bullied. Now, the teacher took it another step, and she's only going by the note that I sent. She made a point to tell people to stop bullying in the school. And that from that classroom, she got together with the other student that was bullying my son, her and the other teacher, and they apologized for what was said and what they did. Now, I'm going to say I got mixed feelings about that. I appreciate the kids coming forward and saying something and apologizing. And I asked my son, what did they say? And they apologized for bullying him and picking on him and hitting him. And they also mentioned that they were sorry for what they did and they won't do it again. So I asked my son, what did he say in response to their apology? He told me that, hey, I told them I forgive them and I accept their apology, but they better not ever do it again. Now, come on now. I tell you. But I told him all he had to do was say, I accept your apology, and just keep it moving. All the extra words and everything else, that's uncalled for. But that's something that he's going to have to learn growing up. And he's only 11 years old. But when you're dealing with a child with autism, there's a lot of challenges and things that go on that you wouldn't see or deal with just, you would say, everyday children. My son is special to me and to his family, to his friends, and he gets along with mostly everybody. When you look at him, you can tell that he's harmless. But there's something that I am going to have to do. I'm going to have him take some type of martial arts for him to be able to protect himself, because he's just 11 and he's going to see this throughout his travels as he goes to school, attends junior high school and high school. but I want him to be able to defend himself, even if it's just protecting himself, how to cover up, how to block punches and this and that and this and that. But when you're dealing with different situations, when you're dealing with children, you have to realize that they're just little people and they're just trying to survive just like you as an adult. But I want to say I appreciate the bus driver first for taking a step and protecting the children in the bus. I also want to thank the principal, the teachers, and the staff for doing what they could to protect him. I can see that there was no nonsense being allowed. And I hope that the children that did it, they're able to learn something and change their lives around. We're going to keep this positive. We're going to keep this honest. And hopefully everyone impacted will be blessed for all the things that they did. Thank you all for listening. Till the next time, peace and God bless. I'm out of here.
You're now listening to the Key Witness Media Podcast with Kurt Maggs. Kurt Maggs Radio.